Yeah, just send it.
It's like full lock.
Let's go. Is there any traction control or?
Honestly, I don't know.
This is Aaron's 2003 Subaru Baja. I met Aaron at a local Red Barn meetup, and besides being passionate watch enthusiasts, I found that we were also both passionate automotive enthusiasts. So you can imagine how excited I was to have the opportunity to meet up with Aaron and drive his Subaru Baja. Here are my thoughts. The bright yellow paint job, ironically named Baja Yellow, was the first thing I noticed, and it told me to get my ass out of the car and brave the harsh February wind. That same wind being part of the reason I'm trying this dubbed over audio format, as most of the outside audio was inaudible. Seeing Aaron's cheery smile and blue Subaru New Era cap confirmed what I already knew. I was going to learn about this quirky truck from a real fanboy. After exchanging the normal pleasantries, Aaron and I spoke about the truck generally, and I reminded him that my interest in the vehicle sparked after watching a video by Regular Car Reviews on a similar Baja. One thing covered in that video was how these trucks have held their value remarkably well on the secondary market, something that Aaron both acknowledged and was outwardly proud of, as he should be. But my mission that day was to understand why the Baja held its value so well, and why it's on its way to achieving cult status. Who better to show me the light than an owner like Aaron? So let's start with practicality. Aaron affectionately refers to his Baja as an Outback without a back, something that I found interesting as it explains the quirky proportions of the small truck. By using a second-generation Outback platform extended by 6 inches, the Baja inherits the station wagon's low center of gravity, something that increases the handling and aerodynamics of the truck while simultaneously offering a relatively low load bay, an uncommon but useful ergonomic feature here in North America. Aaron proceeded to show me how these dimensions are the backbone of the Baja's modular utility. While the cargo bed is relatively short, the vehicle comes equipped with a bed cage that offers 2 functions. When flipped inside the cargo bed, the cage splits the bed in half, allowing for more secure storage of any smaller items inside. When the tailgate is opened, the cage can be flipped outward to become a bed extender and allow for secure storage for larger items. Because of the Baja's narrow rear fascia, the license plate sits on the tailgate assembly, and so the license plate bracket is mounted to a hinge system to allow for full view of the plate even when the tailgate is in the downward position. While this was cool, it wasn't anything I hadn't seen before. I mean, even my dad's 06 F-150 had a bed extender. But what I saw next was a first for me. Aaron proceeded to show me that the Baja's cargo bed could in fact be stretched into the rear seats. By flipping the rear seat cushions forward, the rear seat backrests were able to fold forward almost flat, and a hatch built into the front of the cargo bed could fold forward, filling the gap between the cargo bay and the interior of the car. Incognito utility is the coolest utility. While showing me this feature, Aaron tells me a story of his exhaust breaking off at the front cat while driving one day. Instead of risking further damage by driving with a broken exhaust system, he was able to fit the entire system inside his vehicle with the broken portion of the exhaust keeping him company on his front armrest. At that point, the harsh parking lot cold got to us, and we decided to begin the drive to our off-road location. Aaron handed me the unadorned key fob, which to the uninitiated looks like an eBay special, and we hopped inside. If you're not accustomed to early 2000s Subaru, the frameless windows will be surprising. We don't see them on many vehicles because, unless expensively over-engineered, frameless windows allow turbulent air to create a little draft and a lot of noise at higher speeds. Once seated, you notice the Spartan interior that Subaru is still famous for to this day. While all the hard plastic may not feel nice, it is absurdly durable and left the inside of this 17-year-old vehicle feeling clean and well taken care of. Amidst the black and gray dash stood the magnificent deep blue instrument cluster with beaming bright yellow needles and indices. I remarked to Aaron that this gauge cluster reminded me of my midnight blue Nomos Club 39, and I wasn't bullshitting. I hope the color comes across in this video because unnecessary interior touches like that tell us the vehicle was designed with some passion and enthusiasm. The mention of my Nomos got us briefly speaking about Aaron's 1964 Bulova Accutron Astronaut, an interesting piece that speaks to his eclectic personality. The interior, while small by utility vehicle standards, felt spacious, something I assume carried over from its station wagon platform mate. While driving out of the parking lot, I was also surprised that a vehicle with such a rough exterior felt so smooth, even squishy. Aaron couldn't confirm if this smooth feeling was by design or a result of wear and tear, but either way it was enjoyable. Aaron did explain to me that this being a 2003 model, it was 1 inch lower than other model years. Whether or not you see that as glass half full because he received a factory lowering kit or glass half empty because he was technically shafted a factory lifting kit is purely subjective. Once we were warm, the conversation started flowing and Aaron shared some more info on the Baja with me, so I'll let him speak about his car.
Do you know where this vehicle was designed? Like, was it designed in...
So, year 2000, when Subaru had just released the second gen Outback around that time.
Yes, there we go. Double tap the brakes, almost like double clutching in a manual car.
It's driving experience.
Yeah.
But they released they were trying to do, they had success with the Outback because they turned the Legacy, which they were kind of focusing as standard commuter economy car.
Yes.
But then they made the Outback as a bit of a lifestyle vehicle.
Okay.
So they had a lot of success with that. That's a lot of people say the Outback saves Subaru. But
I agree. It set them up as a brand to be taken for the adventurous, the adventurous people who wanted more out of their cars than just the regular, A to B commuters.
And so they, literally, you said it better than I can. So they kind of stuck with that focus. And in 2000 for Detroit or Chicago, the auto show there.
A big North American show, yeah.
Yeah, they wanted to make a pickup truck on that similar kind of concept. So they released the STX concept.
Yes.
Which is, if you look at the concept, it's almost identical to this, but they had some lights going on and the rear lights were different. But they build it as a multi-purpose vehicle.
I see.
And even though no one really asked for it, they decided to go ahead with it.
Okay.
Just produce the Baja. They wanted to sell around 30,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
They sold 30,000 combined for every model year.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, it's literally just an Outback with the back chopped off. There's
no other difference. Do you mind if we give it down this stretch here? Oh, you're gonna put it in low? Okay.
Go for it.
All right, you ready? All right. Hey. Oh wow, that is, I feel like I want to shift. It shifted for us.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah, it just goes. There's no hesitation, no question. It just goes.
It scampers.
Scampers is a perfect word. But this thing's it's on tracks. It's not having any issues at all. Very interesting, Aaron. Very interesting. I am a fan of the Subaru Baja. I can say that confidently.
While our off-road location was not exactly challenging, it did allow me to get a feel for the Baja's capable 3565 all-wheel drive system and an overall sense of what makes this vehicle special. Throughout the drive, Aaron consistently reminded me of how reliable the vehicle had been during his 3 years of ownership. When pushing the Baja up and down icy backroads and snow-covered plains, I could feel the scamper effect he was speaking about. Let me explain. The vehicle's inputs, aside from the brake pedal, inspire confidence in the driver that no matter what road ahead, you got this. And I believe that's the key here. In my own experience, I can tell you that car ownership is guided by powerful emotions. Some people lust after the adrenaline induced by speed and handling, others for validation provided by attention-grabbing looks and beefy exhaust notes. But there exists another emotion, less celebrated, but just as powerful. Dependability. Don't get me wrong. These emotions are not mutually exclusive. In fact, any logical person is looking for a car that satisfies all three. But total satisfaction comes at a cost. Mucho dinero. And so most of us have to prioritize and take a hit on performance in favor of fuel economy or sporty looks for practicality. Or you can do what Aaron did. Research. It's not just chance that led Aaron to a cult classic vehicle that fits his lifestyle, budget, and rewards him to drive every day. It's not just chance that Bajas are holding their value so well. It's what happens when subjective tastes and objective value intersect. That's the special sauce. But I digress. So, will I ever own a Baja? No, not unless there's a Honda badge on it. Aaron did, however, sell me on why these quirky trucks hold their value so well, and it's been an absolute pleasure getting to experience his Baja. Thanks again, Aaron. See you at Red Bar.
Ha ha ha!